KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Now on Guam's primetime news, in a video posted late last night, the governor refined her executive order. Plus, the Pfizer COVID vaccine has now been fully approved by the FDA. And there are some snags noted for several parents trying to obtain P-EBT cards for their kids.
Hafa good evening, everyone. Guahusi Isaiah again, and thanks for tuning in. The governor is not budging from her recent order to ban the unvaccinated from establishments or events with high COVID transmissibility rates. Late Monday, she did announce a series of slight compromises, but they still fell well short of what her Physicians Advisory Group and the Hotel and Restaurant Association were recommending. Nestor Lecanto reports.
In a video posted to her Facebook page, the governor made her strategy clear. She said vaccines are the greatest weapons against COVID, and she plans to use them to achieve full herd immunity and contain the spread. Her main objective is also clear: to ensure that critical care facilities are not overwhelmed by COVID at the expense of equally critical patients such as heart attack, stroke, and car accident victims.
My greatest fear is that we will not be able to provide hospital care for our people. In the last week, we have increased by 175% of COVID admissions to the hospital. The vaccine prevents serious illness and shortens its duration. As of this recording, there are 16 COVID admissions at GMH alone, 15 of whom are not vaccinated, and 4 of whom are in the ICU, and 3 on ventilators.
She says 90% of those are not vaccinated, and case studies also show that the unvaccinated spread the virus at a much higher rate. But there's been pushback from her own medical and economic advisory groups and the 20% of the community that are unvaccinated. They want her to rescind her vaccine mandate. The governor did pull back, but just slightly. In her refined order, she said it's now okay to enter covered businesses with a single immunization. Customers can also self-attest that they received a shot, and unvaccinated employees can work at such places but have to test negative for COVID on a weekly basis.
Even with these changes, our fundamental goals remain the same: to contain the spread of COVID and increase vaccinations to protect our families, our neighbors, and ourselves. This is the path we must stay on.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Meanwhile, Chamber of Commerce President Catherine Castro says, as a representative of the business community, the chamber should have been invited to discuss the new restrictions.
At this moment in time, did we really need to have this particular mandate put on our people? I don't think so. I think we could have done much better. I think we could have come to the table with the administration and put together something that was maybe not as stringent, and I think that the business community and the community of Guam would be much happy. We would not have this division that we are seeing right now.
Castro says while they are urging the governor to rescind the vaccination mandate, she expects businesses will comply with the executive order, and she's also encouraging those who are upset over it not to take it out on the businesses.
I know that there are unvaccinated folks out there that are truly upset, and my heart is with you. But please, these businesses, they're doing what they can to stay in business, and if they're trying to follow the law, we're just asking folks not to boycott them. They're doing their part. They're trying to follow the law, and as much as they don't want to, they have to in order to stay in business.
She adds that businesses will be complying with the order because nobody wants to be fined or forced to let their employees go. One of those businesses that is and has been complying with the governor's executive orders is Mosa's Joint, but as Sabrina Salas Matanani reports, as a result, they've been feeling the heat.
Mo Amani, co-owner of Mosa's Joint, uses the F word to describe the past 24 hours.
It was very frustrating. I'll just put it that way.
Several businesses were given 3 days notice that starting Monday, they would have to force patrons to show proof of full vaccination or deny entry. For small businesses like Mosa's Joint, they followed the governor's executive order to keep their doors open, but didn't realize they'd get slammed.
It was very hard, very, very hard yesterday. We had a lot of put downs, a lot of people yelling at us, a lot of people yelling at our staff, which is not fair at all. We're just trying to follow the rules and stay open, and that's it. And us doing that, we got criticized very badly for it.
But less than 24 hours into the new executive order, at around 9:30 p.m. on Monday, the governor signed a refined EO, changing the rules, allowing entry to patrons who received only one shot of the vaccine. And if they don't have proof of being vaccinated, they can sign a document attesting that they are.
How does it work? So pretty much anybody can come in and say they've been vaccinated. We can't ask them for proof of it because they can self-attest it now. So how is this changing anything? So it's like, I just feel that our government needs to have an idea and think about it a little bit before you put it out there, and then either stick with it and take the punches, but to revise something so strongly as it got revised is it just made all of us small business owners that were following the government's guidelines, it made us look stupid, very stupid. And I'm very frustrated right now.
But like other businesses, they'll roll with the punches, follow the rules, no matter what's being dished out.
And I'm just tired of going back and forth, back and forth.
Despite the negativity they've received from implementing the governor's mandate, they're grateful to the community for their support to keep them open during the pandemic.
There's no way we could have done it without them. There's no way possible.
Pfizer's COVID vaccine is now fully approved by the FDA for use in people ages 16 years and older. Now that it has the same level of regulation as other vaccines, more companies, universities, and local governments are expected to make getting the vaccine mandatory. Femi Redwood has the latest.
Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is the first to be fully approved by federal regulators. FDA officials hope the approval lifts public confidence in the vaccine among the unvaccinated.
The FDA approval is the gold standard.
President Biden has a message for Americans who vowed to wait for full approval before getting inoculated.
The moment you've been waiting for is here. It's time for you to go get your vaccination and get it today.
Following approval, the Pentagon announced it will require members of the military to get the vaccine, and New York City's public school teachers and staffers must do so as well. Nationwide, just over half the U.S. population has gotten fully vaccinated, while the vaccines were under emergency use authorizations. But vaccination rates are going up again as unvaccinated patients infected with the Delta variant fills hospitals across the country. In Louisiana, the number of COVID deaths in that state jumped more than 300% since June. At Our Lady of Lourdes Regional Medical Center in Lafayette, every one of the 24 patients in the main ICU are COVID positive, including 24-year-old Kaylee Rowe, who was unvaccinated and pregnant. Doctors delivered her baby, but Rowe remains on a ventilator.
We booked a family vacation. We thought, like the rest of the world, this isn't that real of a virus.
And as more children head back into the classroom, a CBS News poll finds while the majority of parents support a mask requirement, they are split over vaccine requirements. It found 48% of parents think schools should require a vaccine, while 52% believe schools should not. Femi Redwood, CBS News, New York.
The right to privacy and the right to freedom of choice, prominent attorney Jackie Terlahi says the governor's EO tramples on those rights. Here's more.
Attorney Jackie Terlahi says the governor's latest executive order mandating, among other things, proof of vaccination to dine in made her change her lunch plans.
I'm not going to lunch. Why? Because I refuse to produce my vaccine card. Can I demand from the restaurant that each of their employees, before serving me, produce their vaccination cards? Heck no, I got no right to do that, right? I'm invading the employee's right to their privacy, the right to keep their medical information private. Why should I not be afforded the same courtesy and respect?
Terlahi also said business owners who choose not to be vaccinated are going to be shut out of their own businesses as a result of the EO.
Should the government have the right to take away the personal property of business owners?
The EO mandates that private companies and their employees be vaccinated by the end of next month. And while the governor said the Organic Act gives her the authority to issue the latest executive order, Terlahi raised the question, does the EO infringe on people's constitutional rights?
The Organic Act says she has certain authority, but even our Supreme Court of Guam and the Supreme Court of the United States has recognized that every act of authority by government is restricted by constitutional limitations. And this is why I'm saying, are there constitutional breaches that are occurring by this particular public health order? Because as of today, according to that public health order, my children cannot see their grandparents. No social gatherings because my grandparents don't live in my house.
Terlahi referencing a portion of the EO that bans any social gathering of unvaccinated persons with anyone outside of their household. Terlahi has young children who are not eligible to receive the vaccine because of their age. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
At the Micronesia Mall and COVID testing site in Tizen, people continue to get vaccinated and tested today in compliance with the governor's current mandate. With more is KUAM's Daniel Perez.
It's now the second day of the governor's mandate that requires residents to either show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 result. Residents of the island are still being vaccinated in order to stay safe, while others do it for more personal reasons.
That's for the safety of everyone. I'm concerned because even me, I have to watch myself, watch my family, my grands, and everyone else.
Meanwhile, at the COVID testing site in Tizen, residents have been in line since 6 a.m. According to Public Health's Margarita Gay, residents who come to get tested are experiencing symptoms that are linked with the COVID-19 virus.
There's an increase of our clients that have symptoms since yesterday. So we're seeing more symptomatic patients with flu-like symptoms, loss of taste and smell. One had diarrhea, which is not always, headaches, runny nose. So they've been having symptoms for a couple of days, and so they were also exposed, so they're here today to get tested.
With the COVID numbers still on the rise, residents are urged to get vaccinated. Parents should also keep an eye on their children for COVID-related symptoms, and if any, should immediately have them tested.
Because the exposure, because we had a high positive last night, and so more came today. Yeah, a lot of kids, a lot of children have come to get swabbed.
The Joint Information Center reports Guam recorded 188 cases out of 2,678 tests performed between last Friday to Sunday. As of Monday night, 24 people were hospitalized, 5 receiving ICU level of care, and 1 on a ventilator. Of the 24 hospitalized, 20 are unvaccinated. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Daniel Perez.
Stay tuned, more news right after the break.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on, and the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
From the minds that brought you Taco Bell's Fry Force comes another mouth-watering adventure, packed with seasoned beef, drizzled with spicy ranch, and covered with your favorite toppings. It's the new loaded taco fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
Hi, my name is Justine Chu.
Jim Pamplona.
Alexis Sablon. I'm Minami Kramer, and I'm a GTA youth leader.
Because of GTA, I was able to go to Interlaken, a summer music camp over the summer, and I'm very, very grateful for that opportunity.
It helped me pay for my college tuition with a scholarship.
Benefits, including a free phone and a year free service.
If you're someone who wants to inspire others, help others, and become a better person, this is for you.
Become a GTA youth leader today.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Senators have settled down to a more routine line-by-line, agency-by-agency discussion of budget appropriations. During deliberations today, Education Chairperson Senator Talina Nelson amended the fiscal year 2022 budget bill to allocate $1 million for teacher and recruitment and retention through GDOE's bonuses, rewards, and incentives program, also called the BRIP.
There is no documentation that we are able to find or have confirmed that because of the Hay study, the BRIP was discontinued. So and we reached out to GDOE. It is $1 million for the BRIP and $1 million for salary increments. So we're still trying to figure out the salary increments piece and how that was impacted or in effect. But the BRIP right now should still be consistent. And so GDOE informed us that it was $1 million for the BRIP program.
Nelson also had another amendment to take $496,000 from the Healthy Future funds to pay for increased enrollment at the Ireland Academy and Guahan Academy charter schools. Out of the 30 to 50 calls the Guam Fire Department receives on a daily basis, nearly half are COVID-related. Their dedication remains strong, but as Tyler Matsunani reports, GFD continues to face challenges as they risk their lives to save others.
The Guam Fire Department has seen an uptick in COVID-19 responses over the past 4 weeks. Nearly half of the calls are COVID-related. Guam Fire Department Acting Chief Joey Sinigalis.
We classify our COVID responses in 3 categories. The first one is PUI, patient under investigation, surveillance cases, and then, of course, COVID positive, where we know for sure that they are COVID positive.
They've been on the front lines in the fight against COVID since the beginning. Their dedication is clearly strong, but a lack of resources continues to challenge the department.
We have a designated COVID response unit. We used to have a total of 3 units. We're pretty much down to 1. For a while, we did see a drop in our COVID-19 responses. So, we made the decision to turn those units back into regular ambulances. And then still maintain one specific COVID-19 response unit.
Sinigalis said they won't be able to get the former COVID response units up and running again until they receive the recommendation from their higher-ups. But he says regardless of the location, the closest unit will be the first responder. But the biggest issue the department faces is a shortage of personnel.
Just about every single personnel that we have is accruing irregular overtime on a regular basis, unfortunately. And that's how short we are.
The application for the latest cycle closed around February, and with over 1,000 applicants, GFD could see new recruits in the near future. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matsunani.
The Guam Veterans Cemetery is not requiring proof of vaccination for anyone entering the PD facility. The cemetery is under the purview of the local Veterans Affairs Office. GFC requires that all persons entering GFC property must show proof of vaccination. An email from GFC to stakeholders and media sent yesterday said. But today, Out of Loop Communications Director Crystal Pacu San Augustine said the cemetery is not requiring proof of vaccination to enter. Turning to education, on Monday night, the Joint Information Center reported that 8 additional GDOE students tested positive for COVID-19. This brings the total number of cases to 42. We should also add there have been 7 positive cases in the Archdiocese of Agania schools. Some parents on the road acquiring the P-EBT cards for their children have hit a few bumps. Here's more on this report. The Pandemic Electronic Benefits Transfer, or P-EBT cards distribution for students continues at the Micronesia Mall Center Court. According to Public Health's Bureau of Economic Security Human Services Program Administrator Christine San Nicolas, a few parents have hit bumps while trying to obtain their children's much-needed benefits.
We had some occasions of parents that do not have a valid picture ID or any identification at all. So we do encourage parents that if you don't have, you actually do need a valid ID. Electronic on your phone is fine. Paper copy is not fine, but electronic is fine.
She continues with more hurdles.
There are some children that are not listed on the file that we received. However, I do ask parents for their patience because GDOE is working really hard in trying to resolve that. And as soon as we're informed, as soon as we find out the issue is being resolved, then we will be contacting the parents.
For example,
the situation we had was a parent had to withdraw their child. They had to go off island for personal reasons, and they came back maybe like a couple months later.
As we reported, the program is similar to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, also known as food stamps, enabling the recipient to purchase food. It aims to help low-income families and address the meals lost while Guam Department of Education schools were shut down during the COVID-19 pandemic. About 16,937 cards have been distributed to parents thus far, totaling about $21 million. That's about 63% of achieving the actual goal, according to San Nicolas. She says that more than 27,000 students will benefit from the program. Other than parents being set back by lack of documentation, Public Health says the distribution continues to operate smoothly. The benefits will be loaded into the card 4 times through the month of September. Per household, each child will be receiving $1,243.42. The dates of the cards being filled with money could be announced as early as Friday. The distributions will continue until Friday, August 27th from 11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and will resume August 30th through September 1st, same times at the Center Court of the Micronesia Mall. Walk-ins are welcome, however, parents can book an appointment online at tinyurl.com/PEBT Guam. For more information, call 311 option 7. Sports is up next, and still to come, your Coach Stone Creamery birthday shout-outs.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries, The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus, we have the perfect Jeep for your summer adventures. Whether you're going off-road or just getting ready to hit the beach down south, make this the summer event you find your Jeep. Like the 2021 Jeep Wrangler or the 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule a test drive today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
The Bank of Guam men's national basketball team have a chance to move up in the world rankings if they can get past Chinese Taipei. Guam and Taipei meet in the first of two games this Thursday at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Both teams meet again on Saturday, with the winner moving on to play in Jakarta, Indonesia in 2022.
Expect a quick team coming from Chinese Taipei. In all their games, they shoot the three really well. Fairly similar to the Hong Kong team that we faced a couple months ago, but maybe a little bigger inside. So we definitely have to defend the three, and we definitely have to get back on transition defense.
For Guam to be successful on game day, defense will be key in taking away easy basket opportunities for Taipei. It's been a long road for our men's national team program to get to this point. Coach Calvo says it's just going to come down to execution.
That's really what we talk about, the beginning, middle, and end of every practice. I think we need to shoot the ball well. We're missing a few of our veteran shooters, but I'm very confident in some of the young guys coming up ready to prove themselves on the perimeter. We have veteran big men coming back to anchor the middle and help with basket protection and setting some good screens to get our guards open as usual.
Due to safety concerns and the recent governor's executive order limiting social gatherings, the Guam Basketball Confederation will be refunding all tickets already purchased via guamtime.net for the games immediately, and the two games will be played without spectators in attendance. The big games will be live streaming from the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse live. Fans worldwide can subscribe at livebasketball.tv and search for FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, Guam vs. Chinese Taipei, for live coverage on the 26th and 28th.
Playing at home, man, it's a big advantage, man. It's always an honor and a blessing to play in front of the home crowd and represent the island of Guam, man. So it's very special when we get to play at home. This is the farthest that Guam's ever got for basketball, man. So, we're making history right now, man. And, like I said, we keep on doing good, as we should. We'll be on the ranks up.
On June 13th, Team Guam battled Hong Kong in their first game in over a year and came away with the 103-83 win. In the rematch against Hong Kong on June 15th, Team Guam hit their stride and finished with a 112-66 dominant victory. If Guam can advance, they will be scheduled to face some of the best of Asia and Oceania soon, including more games to be hosted in Guam against basketball powerhouses like China, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, New Zealand, and Australia, who just won the bronze at the Olympics.
It'd be a huge step for Guam. Like, I know we've been making our way up the rankings, so if we could take care of these two games at home, put us in a good position to make it to the next round. So I think from what I'm saying, from 1 to 12, I think we're a strong team, so I think we could take care of business for sure.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Say hello to the first Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can Compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
It's an August 24th edition, so happy birthday to Trey, Carlos, Sablan, Roberto. Happy blessed birthday, Trey. We wish you a safe and enjoyable birthday. Your extra special shout-out is coming from the Macshot Roberto Mangafa. Happy birthday, Trey. David Laguatnia, happy birthday to our Papa. So David, your friends and family, including us here at KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery, we're wishing you a very safe and happy day. And Reginald Lazama, your loving wife Florence, as well as all of your energetic children, are wishing you the happiest of birthdays today. Thanks so much and have a great day. And belated birthday wishes going out to Kayana Terlahi, who celebrates birthday number 2 in 2021. Love her Papa, Mama, Mommy, Daddy, Caden, Kara, Daniel, Uncle Fun, and the whole family. Kiana was born on August 21st, and all of them and your friends and family say, we love you.
Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Hafa day, everybody. I'm